The other day, an acquaintance told me that she was proud of me, and I froze, like, she's proud of me? What am I, 8 years old and just colored inside the lines? It caught me off guard. That word proud felt weird to hear, but then it hit me. When was the last time I'd actually heard those words? And more importantly, why did it feel so damn odd to hear them? It's a thing that you hear a lot as a kid, but as an adult, it just kind of disappears. So that's where we're going today. Why does "I'm proud of you" hit different as an adult? Why do we need to hear it even when we don't realize that we do? And why does it sometimes feel so damn condescending when we say it? So, all right, let's go back to my friend. She was proud of me for all the ways that I've been hustling and pivoting and trying to just claw my way out of this unemployment and rebuild my life. And at first, I'll admit it, I got a wee bit defensive. Just a wee bit. Like, proud of me? For what? For not falling apart? For not throwing my laptop out the window after another rejection email? What are we talking about here? I didn't say that out loud. That was just in my head. But then I stopped and I actually let it sink in. She wasn't saying it to be patronizing. She wasn't talking down to me. She saw me, really saw me, and took the time to say, hey, you're doing something hard, and I notice. And once I realized that, I swear I almost started crying. Almost. Now, my wonderful husband says I'm proud of you all of the time. And don't get me wrong, it's sweet, it's genuine, and I love him for it. But it doesn't hit the same. Not because his words aren't meaningful, but I think it's because he's in my bubble, right? When she said it, it was like someone flipped on a switch that I didn't even know was off. Here's where it gets a little bit weird though. When I think about saying I'm proud of you, it feels icky. So as I was working on the idea for this video, I was thinking maybe this is just a me thing, right? Maybe others don't feel like this, like I do. So I thought, I'm going to test this out and see what happens. Now the outcome's a little bit surprising, but I'm going to tell you about that in just a second. So why does it feel condescending to say I'm proud of you? I think it's because we associate pride with this weird power dynamic, right? Like you're in a position of authority and the other person is below you needing your approval. It's like the verbal equivalent of someone pinching your cheeks and saying, good for you, sweetheart. Oh, good for you. I remember once telling a coworker that I was proud of them for leading a project to a successful completion. But instead of just saying it, I kind of blurted out, I'm so happy for you. You did real good. I was so worried about sounding condescending that I ended up sounding like a malfunctioning robot. But here's the thing. When it's genuine, it's not about being superior. It's about connection. It's about saying, I see you. I see what you're doing and it matters. The condescension is in our heads because we've been conditioned to think that compliments come with strings attached. Like I said, when my husband or a family member says it, it just hits different. And here's why I think that is, okay? These people are supposed to think that you're amazing, even when you're sitting on the couch in your pajamas, not having showered for 3 days, eating cereal straight out of the box while watching Hallmark movies. But when someone outside your inner circle says it, it just feels different. It's like validation from the universe, not just your bubble. Right? It's proof that someone who doesn't have to see your effort still noticed. And let's be honest, we are all so hard on ourselves that sometimes we need an outside perspective to remind us that we're not totally screwing this up. Now later, I'll get into why we need to hear it. But first, let's talk about why hearing it feels so darn weird in the first place. I think that part of it is because we associate those words with kids. Or really worse, with the manager that thinks saying, good job, buddy, I'm proud of the work we're doing here will make you forget they haven't given you a raise in 3 years. But I digress. It's also tied to our self-worth, I think. If you don't feel like you're doing enough or that you just are enough, hearing someone say that they're proud of you can feel like an insult, even if it's meant as a compliment. Like, what are you proud of? My barely holding it together routine? Cool. Thanks. I can't even let myself accept a compliment without finding a way to diminish it. But here's the truth. We need to hear it. Life is messy. Life is hard. And we're just all out here trying to make it through the day. Being told someone's proud of you It's not about trophies or achievements. It's about being seen. It's about someone saying, hey, I noticed you're fighting some battles that I really don't know about, but I want you to know I respect the hell out of that. Because sometimes we just need someone else to remind us that we're doing better than we think that we are. So, yeah, guys, yeah, I'm going to say it. I'm proud of you. I am so proud of you for the things that you think no one even notices. I'm proud of you for going to therapy, even though you had to white knuckle it through the first session. I'm proud of you for eating something green today, even if it was just a pickle on your hamburger. I'm proud of you for surviving that meeting where someone said, let's circle back for the 47th time. That took some serious strength. I'm proud of you for drinking water today, even though it was because you ran out of Diet Coke. I am really proud of you for forgiving yourself for whatever it is you think you failed at. I am proud of you for surviving whatever it is you've been through, whatever battles you fought, whatever scars you carry. Period. Full stop. Proud of you. Now, if this all feels a little too touchy-feely for you, hang tight, because I'm going to share why saying I'm proud of you might actually be as much for you as it is for the person hearing it. Now, let me flip this back to you. When was the last time you told someone else that you were proud of them? Okay, not just your kid or your dog, but an adult who's out here kind of hustling just like you are. I know it can feel awkward or like you're putting yourself on some imaginary pedestal, but say it anyway. Text it, shout it, scribble it on a sticky note. You might think that they already know, but trust me, they don't. So let's get to that test that I said that I did when I was working my rideshare one day, okay? The person in the back was talking about a struggle that they were going through. So I looked in the rearview mirror, I made eye contact with them, and I said, look at you pushing through. I see you, and I'm so proud of you. Now, in the 5 a.m. morning dark in the backseat of my car, I could hear their breath catch, and I saw them sit back, and they said, no one has said anything like that to me in years. I could hear it in their voice how much it meant to them. And then they said back to me, yeah, you know what? I'm proud of myself too. And suddenly I realized it's not about how perfect the words sound. It's about showing up for someone in a way they didn't know that they needed. You know, saying I'm proud of you isn't just about seeing someone else. It's also about seeing yourself. Sometimes we get so caught up in chasing validation or approval from others that we forget to take care of our own needs. Shocker. If that hits home for you, I want you to check out my video on the truth about self-care, why it's not working for you. It's not about bath bombs and $80 candles. It's about real, grounded ways to take care of yourself that actually help you recharge instead of adding stress. Because let's be real, being proud of yourself starts with giving yourself permission to focus on what actually matters.